Tonight I start an ambitious project, the most challenging of my long, illustrious astrophotography career. Haven't even heard of this nebula until just recently. Nina didn't have it in its database, so I had to use Stellarium to get the coordinates and import them into Nina, which wasn't a big deal because I have Stellarium set up as my planetarium software in Nina. But the framing was a little bit tricky because the nebula doesn't show up in the framing assistant. Just can barely see a faint outline, so it was kind of a guess. And there aren't many pictures or videos of this nebula around, so I thought I'd try it. And it looks cool. SH2-114, or the Flying Dragon Nebula. It's a very faint HA emission nebula in the constellation of Cygnus, kind of between the North American Nebula and the Veil Nebula. It looks like a flying dragon with big bat wings. It appears to be part of a supernova, but nobody's really been able to identify anything as a source for the supernova. So now they think it seems to have been formed by a combination of really intense stellar winds emitted by massive stars around the nebula. So this one's going to be a tricky one. Hopefully my f4 scope and the narrowband filter will help me out. I'll do 5-minute exposures as usual. We got a full moon tomorrow, so the next few nights are going to suck, but hopefully the narrowband filter will help. But if it doesn't, I guess I start over in a few days when it's a little darker. We only have about 10 minutes of dark anyway, so. But if we have to try again, summer's here and hopefully the clouds have finally gone away and they won't be as much of a problem. So I also did the Eagle Nebula with my dual narrowband filter. That might show up later in the video. Let us image. So, just an FYI, shooting a very faint nebula during a full moon, even with dual narrowband filter, it's not a thing. So we waited a little while. We got a few clear nights coming up. We're heading into some new moon territory, so we're gonna try again. Wish me luck. Okay, well, remember 2 months ago when I said this was going to be a challenging target? I wasn't teasing. So I've got hours on this thing. The weather has just been unbelievable this year. Clouds. Clouds. I hate clouds. And when there's no clouds, there's a full moon, which is happening tonight, of course. So I know better than to try and image this target during a full moon, so I think I'm just going to spend some time on the Pelican Nebula. I need something. But I will not give up on this target.
It will be mine. Oh yes, it will be mine.
Okay, rant over. Well, sometimes things just don't go as planned. I spent way too long on this project and feel like I haven't really accomplished anything. Between bad weather and the moon, sometimes you just can't win. But, so, here's my result.fit. I'm not going to go through the whole processing thing. I spent way too long messing around in GIMP and StarNet, everything I had to try and pull something out of here. But I did come up with one interesting thing. I spent a lot of time before I ran it through StarNet working on the stars, not worrying about the nebula too much, just trying to get my stars colorful. This is what I ended up with there, so maybe a nice background will help. Not much. And then I took the nebula after I ran it through StarNet and AstroSharp and GIMP and everything else I could do. I came up with that. So combining them together, this is my final product. It's kind of an over-processed mess, but it's the best I can do right now. I think I'll try this again next year. Hopefully, I'll have darker skies and less clouds. So sometimes you win some, you lose some. I'll just continue on. This was a great learning experience. Maybe next time I will try it without a filter, maybe shorter exposures to deal with the light pollution. We'll see. Maybe I'll have better equipment next year. We can always hope. All right, well, thanks for sharing in my misery, and if this has helped you, like, share, subscribe. Talk to you later, and clouds suck.